Hi everyone, Salesforce Admin Training Day 26. Let's see what we are going to learn today. We'll quickly go through the previous session overview and we'll talk about the email template navigation. We'll talk about the email template types and we'll talk about the plain text email template, use case of the plain text template, navigation steps of the plain text template, testing process, and then we'll have a homework. Merge pairs, we'll talk about the merge pairs and use case of the merge pair, testing process of the merge pair, creating the letterheads, and then finally we have a trial head interview questions. So this is what we are going to go through that today. Now, what did we learn in the last session? Advanced formula field, email template, types, email folder, types of folder, navigation step. So till navigation step, we have seen the details. Now let me go back to the Salesforce. Let me switch to the Lightning. So here navigation steps are when you search here email templates. When you search here email templates, you will see that classic email template, Lightning email template. Yesterday we have seen classic email template. When you go to the classic email template, you will be able to see there are different folders in the classic email template and for public classic email template, my personal email template. So within that, we can see there are different type of standard email templates are there and we can create our own custom one also. This is available in the classic. Whereas if you go to the Lightning email template, when you go to the Lightning email template, it says that this is the folders and enhanced sharing. Let us create a edit, delete, nested email template folders and share their folders and the template. But it says it is a Lightning email template. That means if you go to the Salesforce, let's go to the classic Salesforce. So Salesforce, Sales Cloud. Let's go here, Sales Cloud. And if you click on this app launcher, you can see that there is if you search here email, email templates. So click on the email templates. Now here in Lightning also you have a object which is containing the email templates. But here you do not have any existing templates. It's not displaying it, right? It is not displaying the existing templates. Only one button is available here, new email templates. When you click on a new email templates, it is asking me the email template name, what type of an entity it is, whether are you creating for the account or which object you are creating this email template, and description, and what is the folder here, private email template or a public email template, the folder here, and then subject, what should be the subject, and is there any enhanced letter format is there, you can use that, and formally you can add a content here. This is the information which is available on the email template, Lightning email template. Now, if you observe this layout, so this layout is, let me take a snipping of this. So if you observe this, This is the information which it is there. Only you can see the email template and then you can see the new email template. That's it. You have only all templates and new email template. This is some settings are which are available, right? Not now we cannot even create the list views in the email template. But if I turn on this, right now this lightning email template option is off. Now, if I turn on this, what will happen? Immediately as soon as I turn on, I switched on this and just refresh this email templates. Now the complete layout is gets changed into the lightning. Complete layout is gets changed. Before how it was before, it was a email template, all templates. Now it is displaying the recent and before it was new email template. Along with the new email template, it is also showing the new folder, right? So it is a select a field to display, reset a column grid, and you have a different all email templates, right? So all folders, what are the folders are there in the lightning, those are the folders, and private email template, public email template, everything you can see. But whatever is available in the classic, I cannot see here in the lightning. In classic, if I go to the classic email template, there are some more than 10 email templates are there, right? So those standard email templates I cannot see in the lightning email template. Wherever you go to the recent created by me, everything is a empty. Private email template, public email template, all email templates, all folders. I cannot even see the folders that are available in the classic. Nothing is available, right? So lightning email template is completely different. Now here you can create a folder and that is a completely new folder. Now let's say here this is the lightning folder. Lightning folder. Now click on it, save. Now this is the lightning folder. Now can I see that lightning folder here? Now let me refresh this. Whatever the folder that we have created in the lightning, can I see that in the classic view of the email template? Can I see that? Go to the classic email templates, click on these folders. I cannot even see those details. I cannot even see whatever is created here in the lightning, the folder, lightning folder. So that lightning folder, I cannot even see here, right? So what are the classic I'm creating it, those also I cannot see in the lightning. So this is completely different. So mostly in the real time, we might not go 99%, we might go into the classic email templates. Around 95% we go into the classic email templates. Somewhere in few companies, very rare 5%, we might jump onto the email templates in lightning. Right? This is a very rare scenario that we use it. Now, that's a benefit of that toggle, whatever the toggle that we see there. So the toggle is basically it will display in the lightning different options. Now, if you want to display the folder and templates, everything, if you wanted to see, then in that case, lightning email template, this is the toggle. If you switch on the toggle, you will see the different view here. You will see different view. Now here, click on all folders. Now you can see here the folder that is created. But is there anything in this folder? There is nothing in this folder. A private email template, there is nothing is there. Public email templates, there is nothing is there. All email template, there is nothing is there. We have not created yet. Now let's focus on the classic email templates. Now in the classic email templates, now whenever we click on the new button, whenever we click on the new button, there are 4 types of templates we can create it. 4 types of template we can create it. So plain text, which is nothing but a text template, HTML by using the letterhead, custom without using the letterhead, visual force template, right? So these are the 4 different types we have. Now today we will see the plain text template. Plain text template. Now plain text template. Whenever the plain text template is nothing but it's a straightforward the template, right? In this approach, we can prepare the email template which contains the email content in the form of plain text format. It's like a normal plain text, whatever the letter you are writing on the paper. It's on the paper whenever you write a letter to the HOD or a HR, whenever you write it, it's a plain text email. So that plain text email. So that means you will be writing very straightforward email. Nothing is customization. There is no customization there. So whenever you are preparing the email template, which contains the email content in the form of plain text format, is called plain text email template. We do not have attractive look and feel like images, pictures, hyperlink. Nothing is available. It's just a plain text. It's just a plain text. Now let's go ahead and create one of the use case of the plain text template. Configure the email template to notify the lead person upon creating a new lead record in the object. That means whenever the new lead is created within the object, whenever the new lead is created within the lead object, we wanted to alert the customer. We wanted to send a notification to the customer, or we wanted to notify the lead person. We wanted to notify the lead person. Now, what should be the subject here? Subject is congratulations, your lead record has been created successfully. And what should be the content? Content should be, you can add a very plain text, dear customers. Thanks for showing your interest in our organization, product and service. We are pleased to inform you that your lead record has been created in our database for the future reference. Once the Salesforce person will contact you, one of our Salesforce person will contact you shortly. Please contact on the below address if there are any queries. This is a very straightforward email. There is a straightforward plain text email which does not have any images, which does not have any pictures, does not have hyperlink, nothing, no styling is applied. So which is a very straightforward email. Very straightforward email. Now let's go ahead and implement this. Now, here plain text is nothing but a text. Plain text is nothing but a text. Now, in order to create a plain text, the navigation steps are, you need to go for a setup classic email template in the quick find and click on the classic email template. There you click on the new template button on the email template session and you need to choose the template type text. But in order to create a plain text, you need to choose the template type as a text. Once you select the text and click on a next button, then you will see the select the email template folder from the pick list. So where you wanted to place it. So let's go ahead and see that. Now click on a text button. Choose the text and click on a next. Now it is asking me the folder details. Where do you want to place it? Where do you want to place it? Now I do not want to place all here. Any of this I do not want to place. Basically, I wanted to create my own folder. I wanted to create my own folder. You will not have an option to create your own folder once you start preparing the email template. There is no option here to create a new folder. So what you need to do, you need to cancel completely and then you have to come back and then here you have to click on the new folder. For example, I'm creating the folder for Sales Cloud, or let's say I'm creating the folder for customer emails. This is the folder I'm creating it. So read right. Now, while creating it, in case if you want, any of this email template should be moved to the my folder. Right now, this folder is I'm creating new, it will be empty. But in case if any of the email that I want, for example, new customer email, I want it in the my folder. So I push that into the email template in this folder. Now bottom we have a option called this folder is accessible by all the users, hidden for all the users, or only specific to the public group, roles and subordinate. You can choose that and click on a save. Now I have a customer email folder, and in that I have a one template which this is a standard template. This is standard template which I moved from the public folder to the, which I moved from the public classic email template to the my own folder, my own folder. Now let me click on a new template here, and I'm choosing the text, click on a next button. Now here you have, it is automatically taking the customer email because the new template button I clicked on the, while I was in the folder customer emails. While I was in the folder customer email, there I have clicked on the new template. So that's the reason it is automatically taken the folder is customer for email. In case if you wanted to change, you can change it. That's not an issue. Available for use. Do you want this template to be used by everyone? Yes. What should be the email template? You can choose the email template. You can choose email template. Now, whatever the email template is there, this is the email template for notifying the lead person. So let's say that this is the email template, notify lead person. Now this is email template name. Unique name is automatically taken. Encoding is in by default, we will take it as a UTF-8, right? So this is the unique code. And in case if you want any different language, if you wanted, this is a normal way of converting it like a CSV file. Whenever you take a CSV file, in the CSV file, whenever you wanted to choose it, you will choose the UTF-8, right? But if you wanted different ways like a Japanese, Korean, like any other ways, if you want it, you can choose it. Euro, anything if you want in the Euro format, if you want, you can choose it. But by default, we will go with Unicode UTF-8. And what should be the description? Description is, this is the email template description. This is not going to show the customers. This is not going to show the customer. This is actually this field is exception, like it's not a mandatory field. It's not a mandatory field. Either you enter or don't enter, that should be fine. This is for the developers. This description field is for the developer. It's not for the customer. Now, what is the purpose you are creating the template? What is the purpose that you are creating the template? Now, I'm creating the template here to notify the lead person. To notify the lead person upon creating the new lead. Upon creating the new lead record. In the object. Now subject. Now what is the subject here? Let's say here, congratulations. Congratulations. Your lead record has been created successfully. Now this is the subject. Now email body, what should be the content here? Let's say dear customer. Dear customer. Now the information that I wanted to add. Thanks for showing your interest in our organization. We are pleased to inform you that your lead record has been created in our database for the future reference. Right? One of our Salesforce person will contact you soon. Right? So this is the email. And finally, I'll say that this is a system generated email. Do not reply. Please do not reply. Finally, thank you. Sales team. From the Dell company. Dell INC. Now this is the plain text. This is how we will write the plain text. Now what are the information that we have entered? First I have selected the template type is text and I clicked on the next button. Then it asked for me to choose the folder name. So from the pick list I can choose the folder name. Public classic email template or a private email template, or if it is any custom email folder, the email template folder is there, then you can choose the email template folder. Now, select the checkbox available for use. Is this template is ready to use it? You can select it. If anybody wants to use this template, you can choose available for use. Now, next one is enter the email template label, name, description. That's what we have entered the template label, name, and the description. Then finally, we have entered the subject and content. Whatever the content is there in the body, we have entered those information. We have entered those information and then click on the save button. Click on save button. These are the steps that we have followed. Total 9 steps. Total 9 steps we have followed. Now, if anybody wants to take a notes, take it. Taking the notes. Is everybody taking the notes? Okay. So now I have done all the steps here. Click on the save. Done all the steps. Click on the save button. Now, once the plain text is created here, Now this is how it will display. Notify lead person is the template name. And this is in the folder called customer email. Name of the email template is notify lead person. Encoding is UTF-8 available for use. And when it is created, it will give you the created date and modified date. Now, in case if you want to later, if you want to edit anything, you can edit. Click on a edit button. And if you want to add any other text, you can add it and click on a save. Now, in case if you want to delete it, you can delete it. Now, this is the email template and the subject. This is the what it will be there. Now, attachment is also there. This we will talk later. Now, plain text is created. Once the plain text is created, now how can I test this? How can I test whether how my email template is working, whether it is coming in proper way or not? Do I need to add anything? Like if I wanted to add a bullet point, can I add a bullet point into the plain text? I cannot even add any bullet point. There is no option to say that add the bullet point here. It does not say. Now I wanted to test this. How can I test it? For testing process, we have what are the email template that you have created, right? Open that email template and then click on a button called send test and verify merge fields. This is a standard button which is available for all the email templates. This is a standard button which is available for all email template, whether it is a plain text, HTML or custom or a visual force, whatever it might be. This button is available for every type of email template. Send test and verify merge fields button. Now select the checkbox here, send email preview. So whenever you click on a send test and verify merge field, there is a one window that gets open. Then you need to click on it, select the checkbox, send email preview to, right? And which are the email that you wanted to send preview email. Enter the email ID in the text box to send the test copy or click on OK button. Now let's go ahead and do that. Click on a send test and verify merge field. Once it is created, once you clicked on that button, now you will see this is how you will see. This is the standard layout which is available for every template. Whether you click on this send test and verify merge field on the plain text or on the HTML or on the custom or on the visual force email template, any type of template, when you click on this button, this is a screen that gets open. Now here, if you wanted to send the email preview to, if you want to send it to somebody, right? So you can choose here. You can select this, right? This checkbox, you can select it and enter the email ID. Which are the email ID is there? You can enter that email ID. Now, we will come to the recipient record and related record. In case if you have a recipient in the contact, you can choose the contact. Right? So that contact should have an email ID. So whatever this recipient record is there, that recipient record, it will send it to this contact, and the related record is what are the related records are there, you can do that. So that we will do later. Now here you have an option to change not only the contact. If you want a lead or if you want a user, you can select the user. Here also, if you, for example, related to record, which record you are choosing it, for which record you are planning to send the information, for which record the object is. Now this is a plain text. Whenever it is a plain text, I need not to choose it for any record. I do not need any record. It's just a simple generic message. This is a generic message which is available. For this, I do not need to choose any record there. Basically, object, I need not to choose anything. So that's the reason these two are empty. I'm saying here send email preview to. Now I'm going to send a preview email to this email ID. And one more thing, observe here, it says that plain text is, this is the format it is displaying it. As soon as I click on a send button, as soon as I click on here on the send button, immediately, OK button, immediately the text will be changed here. Now click on change means the format of this will be changed. The design of this will be changed. Content will be the same. Content will be the same. Now click on OK. Now see here. So this is how the email which I receive it. This is how the email which I receive it. Now I'll show you in the Gmail also. Now we have a 108. Now this is Samskar IT. In the Samskar IT, there must be an email that is received here. Now this is dear customer. Thanks for showing the interest. This is a what are the warning you are receiving it? It's a just a warning message. Just click on it. Look safe. It's just a warning message. Just click on it. Look safe. Now, once you say look safe, then that message will go away. So this is how the your email will be. You are receiving the email. In the subject, it says, congratulations, your lead has been created successfully. In the content, dear customer, thanks for showing your interest. We are pleased to inform. So like this, it is displaying. This is a plain text. There is no image, nothing is available. Even hyperlink or a bold color, nothing. I cannot do anything. I cannot highlight this in the plain text. It's just a simple, straightforward email. Simple, straightforward email. So plain text is always straightforward email. It's similar to the whatever you are writing on the paper, it's similar to that. Right? You cannot even make it as a bold or a different color or highlighted. You cannot images, pictures, you cannot place any of this in the plain text. So this is how we create a plain text. This is how we create a plain text. Now let's say here attach a file. Now I'll say here attach a file. When you click on attach a file, choose the file, whatever the file which is available in your system. Let's say I wanted to attach in the desktop. We have a Salesforce logo. Click on a Salesforce logo, click on open. Now I have 3 steps which we have to do in the attachment. First, you need to choose the file. Click the attach button. I'll say here attach. Now this is the 197 KB. Click on done. Click on done. Now if I again send the email, click on this, okay. Let's go back to the sales, my email ID. Now another one which I have received, it looks same. So this is the email and with the attachment. This is how the attachment will come. This is how the attachment will come. Now, whatever the file size is there, that the same file size gets applied here. What is the file size in the trial or in the development or? If you wanted to know the file size, where you can go? You have to go to the company information. In the company information, where can I find the file size? So used file space. Click on here view. So here it is going to tell you that what is the file storage. 1 MB is used. You have a limit of 20 MB, right? 5% is used. So that's the same applicable there. Now in case if I delete this, it's just a KB. So let's go ahead and see. There is no much difference here. So it does not say anything there. Now we'll see that limit on the attachment later, but this is how we create a plain text. Any questions on the plain text before I move on? Sorry. Okay. What is the background? Black letters. No, you have got a clarity, right? So Suman. So what are the background letters, everything? It does not have anything. You cannot apply the background. You cannot change anything. Plain text is a normal. Plain text is a normal. So by default, here the file size will be 25 MB. 25 MB. So if anything is reached out of this, then it is going to throw an error. Okay, so it does not have any background, it does not have anything there, right? It's a simple normal text. Whatever we have seen here, this is how it will be displayed. This is how, because in the plain text, we cannot even see the, like, how can I apply the background? There is no option to apply a background also. If you click on edit, is there anywhere it says that I wanted to change the background color, or nothing is there? Nothing is available. You cannot change anything here. You cannot change the anything. Is that clear? For example, I wanted to attach this. You can try it. So basically you can take the any URL. Now go here and try yourself. So just add it here. What I'll say, HTTPS. Now click on save. Once I click on save, send test. So click on send test, click on OK. And whatever you are giving the URL, it will be coming as it is. Now let me reload this. Right, so this is how it will display. But you need to add a HTTPS :/ you need to add it. If you do not add this one, you might not see in the hyperlink. If you want a hyperlink, just add it as normal HTTPS :/. Now let's move on. The homework is configure an email template to notify the case owner on creation of the new case record. So create a email template on the case object, right? So whenever the new case is created, notify the case owner. So email subject is new case record is created. Email content is dear owner, new case is generated in the system. Please review new case within 24 hours. This is the system generated email. Thank you, Salesforce tell. So this is the homework. You need to create it on the email template. Basically, you need to configure the email template to send this email. Take a notes of this. Take in the notes. Okay, so let's move on. Next one is we'll talk about the merge fields. We will talk about the merge fields. So what is this merge field? What is the merge field? For example, I have a table in the system. In this table, this is assume that this is a customer table. This is a customer table where we have a customer details like account name and whatever their salary, right? Whatever the current balance is there and few other information we have. So this is a customer table. Customer table. In this customer table, we have the person name and the date that they have opened the bank account, open date, the date that they have opened the bank, and what is their current balance in the bank, and if they are crediting it, how much they are doing the credit, and what is the total balance here. Total balance. Now let's assume that this is the table which I have in the Salesforce. Now we have a few customers in the Salesforce. Customers are, let's suppose we have a Jagadish. Jagadish is one customer and Jyoti is another customer. Jyoti is another customer and we have him. Who is this Hakuna Matata? What is your name? Is that your real name? And then we have a Monica. Right, so these three customers are there. Now, Jagadish is opened the account in, assume that in 2022, November 21st, 2022. He has opened in 2022. And Jyoti is opened the bank account on January 13th, 2023. And Monica is opened around June 12th, 2022. right? So they are open in this. So assume that Jagadish has a balance of 30,000 and Jyoti has a balance of 20,000 and Monica has a balance of 40,000. Now, what happens is they will be the amount, like it's not the same, right? Every time whenever they put some amount in the bank, this has to be automatically calculated with the existing balance and you will be getting the total amount. For example, Jyoti will be adding the some amount here. Jyoti will be adding some 10,000 amount to her bank. So whenever she adds the information, then total balance immediately should be reflected as a 30,000. Immediately it should be reflected as a 30,000. That means before she checks the details here in what is my total balance, because she just put the amount in the bank, okay? She doesn't care what is the total balance right now, whether it is added or not. She doesn't check. She will just place the amount in the bank and then she will leave. But how can she confirm it? Basically, every time whenever she adds it, she wanted to receive an email. There should be an email that she will be receiving it, right? So that email is going to tell her that, okay, how much balance right now. Similarly, Jagadish. Jagadish is also adding the some amount here. Let's assume that they are adding the amount. Let's assume that they are adding the amount of 5,000. He is adding 5,000. In that case, he will just place the amount. He will does the credit or maybe debit, whatever he wanted to do. Sometimes he does the debit also because the bank balance is never same every day. Every day because there are credits, debits, everything is happening. So he does not have a time to check what is the current balance. So through the GPay, he can do the debit, he can do the credit, whatever needs to be done, he can happen here. From the GPay, there is some amount which is came as a lucky draw, right? So there is some amount which came in the lucky draw, which is a 5,000. So 5,000, as soon as he click on the button, add to the bank account, it says that bank account is gets added, but does he really check whether it is really added the 5,000 here or not? He does not check here the balance. He will just click on the add button here. Once he click on the add button, there is some message which will be on the GPay says that your 5,000 is added to your current balance. But what is the current balance? He never check because the expectation is he will either receive the message or he will receive the email. So that is the expectation. So as soon as it happens here, then he will immediately check the email. First, he will go and check the email or a SMS, he will check it. What is the current balance, right? If everything perfectly says, he is happy that GPay is added 5,000 to my account balance, right? So this is what happens. Now that means, now here we have a multiple customers. Here we have a multiple customers. Now, whenever there is a debit or a credit, anything is happening with their transaction, with their bank account. So every time did the person has to write a separate email like a whenever Jyoti does it, right? So Jyoti, whenever she credited the some amount, so she received a message saying that dear customer, your account number ending with, assume that her account number is with the ending with some 6633 has been credited with amount. Let's say she has been credited the some, what is her current balance right now? So she credited the 10,000. So 10,000. So your net balance is some 30,000 because previously it was 20,000 she was holding it. Now it became a 30,000. This is the message it is received to the Jyoti. Similarly, Monica also does the same thing. Monica also does the same thing. And she also received the message. What she will receive her bank account is, assume that her bank account is ending with 3693. And she also added the 10,000, but her current net balance is 50,000. Similarly, Jagadish also does it. Jagadish also will receive some email. So he also does the 10,000, and right now his balance account is, let's say, 40,000. 40,000. Now here, if you observe, everybody is doing the same thing. The entire text, whatever is there, everything is the same. Only some changes which are happening here is, what are the bank account is there, that bank account is a different and the amount is a different, right? So this amount is different. What are the credited amount? What are the net balance? That is a different. Now, whenever the Jagadish is doing the transaction, whenever he is crediting the amount. Now, whenever he does that, whenever Jagadish does it, I have given the proper information of how much he has credited, what is the net balance. But what about this, the account number ending with 3693? First of all, account number ending with 3693 cannot be same for the two customers. Cannot be same for the two customers. Now I'm saying here ending with 3693. I'm sending the another customer details to the different person. I'm sending the Monica's customer details, Monica's bank account ending with 3693 to Jagadish. Now, as per the rule, this is a kind of a crime, right? I should not be sharing the other bank details to the any other person. It's kind of a crime. So I have to be very careful if I'm writing the email, if I'm writing the every single email for each transaction, for each credit, for each debit, if I have to keep on writing the email, there is a possibility that human can send a wrong information. Human can send a wrong information because in a day, credit debits are happening. Some lakhs of credit debits are happening. Now, every time the customer sitting in front of the system and sending an email, at some point, human can do some error or some mistake, sharing the different bank details to the another customer, which should not be doing it. This is kind of a crime, right? So which should not be doing this information. Now, in that case, how can I avoid the human effort here? In order to avoid the human effort, basically, I know how to write a plain text. Seems like a plain text. This seems like a plain text. But only the difference is I need to add a merge fields here. I need to add merge fields. That means this data, whatever the data that needs to be changed every time, I'll keep it as a blank. I'll keep it as a blank. So whenever somebody using this template, just replace this here, whatever the dashes are there, replace it. But how the person will know all three dashes are there. But what is the field that I need to place it here? What is the field value that I need to place it here? What is the field value that I need to place it here? What is the field value that I need to place it here? That is possible that he might say amount here 50,000, the reverse direction he might say. He might say the amount is 50,000, balance is 10,000. It is possible that it can happen. Now, this is also not right. This is also not right. Just giving the dashes, I cannot say that this is going to work out. Now, I need to, instead of a dash, I need to specify exactly here, place here the bank account number ending with 4 digits. Ending with 4 digits. I need to specify so that system can also understand, okay, they are expecting some field value here. And here the amount that is credited. Amount that is credited. And here, what is the current net balance? Current net balance. If I specify some words here, system also can understand. Now, instead of this, what I can place it. Similarly, if I wanted to implement same concept in the Salesforce, instead of this, what we will do is, We will be using the different. Now this is the, let's go to the paint. Now, this is the message, and this message here, I'll be replacing whatever this is there, right? In order to system to understand, basically, in order to, this is generic, anybody, if human is doing some work, they can replace this, right? But if Salesforce is doing the work, if Salesforce is doing the work, how can Salesforce can understand the information? How can Salesforce can understand the information? Now, in order for Salesforce to understand this, instead of this, what I'll say here is I'll use the curly braces, exclamation. Wherever you see curly braces, exclamation is nothing but it's a merge field. Wherever you see, the concept here is curly braces, exclamation. Wherever you see this one is called as a merge field. Merge field. Now this is called as a merge. Divide the word here. Merge field. Now this is called as a merge. This is called as a merge. Field, I have not added anything yet. I have not added anything yet here. This is a merge. Now inside this merge, I need to add a field. What is the field value that I wanted to place it here? I wanted to place it here. Now here, account, right? So here I'll say that in the account, I have a field called bank number. I have a field called bank number. This is called as a merge field. So wherever you see curly braces, exclamation, which is nothing but a merge, and inside that you are adding the merge field. So this is merge field. You can add any field here, whatever the field that you think it is, can be a merge field. Merge field. Now similarly here, credit amount. Now you can say that curly braces, exclamation, account dot, you say here credit amount. This is my field. And here I'll give the, instead of this, I'll say that curly braces, exclamation, account dot, net balance. I have a field called net balance, underscore C. So this is how we replace it. So this is called as a merge field. Wherever I want in this plain text or in this any email template, wherever I want, I see that there is a value is keep on changing based on the customer, right? Based on the customer, the value gets changed. Based on the record, the value gets changed. For each record, the value will be different. In that case, what you can do is you can use the merge field. You can add the merge field there. Now here merge field is nothing but by using the merge field, we can embed or insert the selected record content inside the email template. Whatever the selected content like a net balance or the current account or a credited amount, whatever the specified content is there, the selected content inside the email template, you can place it so that we can make the email content dynamic. So what will happen? The data will be added here dynamically. That means whenever we are sending the email, while sending the email on fly, it will automatically take the information from that particular record and add the information. That means it is going to add the details dynamically. Now syntax is merge fields can be used in the both email subject as well as email content. Now you have two things in the when you are creating the template, you have a subject and body. So you can add the merge fields in the subject as well as the content you can add it. And the syntax is curly braces, exclamation, object name, dot, the field API name. Curly braces, exclamation, object name, dot, field API name. So example, curly braces, exclamation, account, dot, name. curly braces exclamation account dot rating. If it is a custom object, curly braces exclamation custom object name hiring manager dot location. If it is a user field, user object, curly braces exclamation user dot first name. Any object, you take any object, in that object, whatever the field you wanted to reference in the email template, you can take that. So this is the merge field. If anybody wants to take a notes, take it. The next one, we will go for the use case. Okay, let's move on. So the use case is configure an email template to notify the customer upon creating a new customer record in the object. That means I need to create a email template to notify the customer. When we need to notify the customer, whenever they are creating the new record, whenever they are creating the new customer record. New customer record is nothing but a account record. Whenever they are creating the new account record, new customer record is nothing but whenever they are creating a new account record. So whenever they are creating the new account record, we wanted to send an email to the customer notifying that there is a new record is created in the object, and while sending the information, we have to embed some information of the customer details within the template. That means we need to add a few merge fields within the template. Few merge fields we need to add it within the template. So subject is congratulations, whatever the person name is there. Whatever the person name is there, let's say that person name is a, whatever the person name, account name, congratulations, and person name. So for example, if the account name is a Jyoti, congratulations Jyoti, your customer record has been created successfully. And next one is a email content. Email content. Now email content is dear customer. We used to say previously dear customer, but instead of dear customer, I say here the account name is a Jyoti. If it is a Jyoti, I'll say here dear Jyoti or a dear Monica or dear Jagadish. Whatever the customer name is there, I'll just specify the customer. Automatically, dynamically should capture the customer name. And then thanks for purchasing the product for our organization, from our organization. We are pleased to inform you that the customer account record has been created in our database for your future reference. And what is the customer details? We will be sharing some customer details. What is the customer ID? Now we are saying that there is a record is created in our database, but they wanted to know more information about the data. So in that case, we can share the customer ID and what is the customer name. Now what is the here customer ID is nothing but a 18-digit ID. Now customer name is whether it is a Jyoti or Monica or Jagadish, whoever it might be, it will be that particular account name. Now here annual revenue name, this annual revenue name is on the account we have some annual revenue. So when they purchase some product from our organization, how much revenue they have paid us, like how much amount they have paid us. Now please contact on the below address if there are any queries. Now this is true. This is an auto-generated email. Please do not reply. Thank you. And once we say thank you, I wanted to place the whoever is the user is sending the information, that user details. whoever is sending the detail, information, that particular user details, and then sales team, Dell. So here, if you observe, in the subject, dynamically I'm taking the name. In the content, I'm dynamically taking the name. And after that, we are dynamically taking the customer ID, customer name, and then I'm taking the annual revenue. And also in the thank you, I'm placing the whoever is user is actually sending the details. I can capture this user details automatically. Whoever is a person is sending this email, that person details I wanted to capture. Now, these are some dynamic information. The entire text is whatever I have, the entire text, this entire text is common. The congratulations, this entire text is common for all the customers. Only the change that is happens is this one: account name, account ID, account name, account revenue, whatever the username is there, right? So these are the changes for the each customer, and which will be captured dynamically whenever we are sending the information, which will be captured dynamically whenever we are sending an information. Now let's go ahead and implement this. Now I need to create a new email template. I'll be creating the plain text field, plain text email template, plain text email template. And in the subject, I'll be adding some merge fields, as well as in the email content also, I have a merge fields. Now let's go ahead and create it. Let's go to the classic email template. Now, for example, instead of creating from the starting, if you want to choose the existing template, what you can do is you choose which are the one you wanted to take it as a referral one, right? So here it is a classic. Let me go to the classic email template. So in the classic email template, now go to the folder that you wanted to go refer. And in this, I have two templates are there. Now, which are the template you feel near to it, right? So you can select that. So click on this notify lead person and check the content. It is almost same of the content. Now what I can do is I can clone the existing template. And it is in the same folder, customer email available for use. But here, this is a customer email. This is a new customer email. Let's say that this is new account email. New account creation email. Right, notify the customer upon creating the new customer record in the object. Click on save. I'm cloning the existing template. Now when I clone it, it just asks me the main information. It will not ask me this information. Now, how can I edit this plain text? Can I edit the plain text? I do not want this information. I wanted to edit. Can I edit the details? Click on edit. Now, first time it will not give you when you are cloning it. Second time when you edit, right? First time it will ask whenever you are cloning it, it will ask only the information that is related to the till not even subject. It will ask only related to the folder available for use, email template name, unique name, and coding description. Till this point, it is going to ask the information when you are cloning it. Once it is done, then click on a save. Then after that, click on a edit button. Once you click on the edit button, now you can edit the whatever the plain text is there. You can edit that plain text. Now here it says that congratulations, account name I need to give. I need to give the account name. Now how can I add the merge field? Right? So sometimes if I keep on entering here, if I enter sometimes I might forget the escalation. or I might forget the closing bracket, or I might forget the opening bracket. Instead of doing all those things, on top you have a something called merge fields. On top you have something called, this is a merge fields. Available merge fields. Available merge fields. Now what it says on top? It says that use the merge field to personalize your email content. That means little bit more dynamic. If you wanted to make it dynamic, you can use the merge field. You can add the substitute text to any merge field, right? In order to display only if the merge field record does not contain the data for the field. In case if the data is not available, then you can add some kind of a substitute text before that. Enter the substitute text, right? If you want after comma in the merge field for the example. So what they are saying is, in case if you do not have any field in the data, in case if you do not have any field in the data, that time what you can do is you can add a substitute like a contact dot first name. If that is not available, then sir or madam, sir or madam. So after this comma, you need to add the information. And when you save the template, the merge field will appear in the email body of the template with the following syntax. Like this, it will be available. So null value, if there is a null value in the first name, take it as a sir or madam. Click on the below link sample. Now we'll see that example, don't worry about it. So basically, if you want to dynamically capture the record information from what are the field information from the record, then you can use the merge field. Now here, the information that I needed from the account object, So choose the account field here, account field. And what is that I need? Account name I needed. Account name I needed. Now here it says this is the merge field. Automatically build the merge field, copy this merge field, copy it, and congratulations account name. Congratulations account name. Similarly, I have to give you more information here. Dear customer. Dear customer. Instead of dear customer, I'll say that dear merge field account dot name. Account dot name. Now, next information that I need to give here is, let's say, thank you for showing interest in our organization, created in the database for future reference. Now here, now let's say here are I'll say here are your customer details, and what is this customer details? I'll say here customer ID. Now how can I get the customer ID? Go up. Now here you have a account field. Now in the account field, what is that you needed here? Now I do not need the account name. I need account ID. Now what are the merge field is there? Copy that merge field back to the, here customer ID is account ID. Now comma, I'll specify here customer name. Customer name is same account name. So whatever I have on top, I'll choose that customer name. Now this is a customer name. And next one is annual revenue. Annual revenue. Annual revenue. So here annual revenue, I'll take it. What is the annual revenue? The field which I need is annual revenue, and this is the field. This is the field. Right, these three information I wanted to send. Now one of our Salesforce person will contact as soon as possible. In the meantime, so this is a system generated email. This is a system generated email. Please do not reply. And here I wanted to send them, whoever is the user is there, that user details. So basically I need user details. So let's go and check the user, search for a user fields. In the user fields, I need user first name, user first name, and then space, I'll add the user last name here. Click on save. Now I'm done with implementing a second template. Implementing a second template, which says here, account name, thanks for showing any interest. Now customer ID, customer name, annual revenue. One of our Salesforce person will contact you as soon as possible. This is a system generated email. Please do not reply. Thank you. Username, user first name, user last name, and Salesforce team tell. Now this is how we have the information. Now I wanted to test it. Now I wanted to test. Now how can I test? Let's go to the account. Now let me choose some account here, which is an existing account. I'll take Manpreet. So Manpreet has this is the ID, 18-digit ID, and Manpreet account name is Manpreet, and then annual revenue. So let me add the annual revenue here. I'm adding some annual revenue. Click on save. 3,433,534. So that is amount which I have added. Now let's go back here. Now this is a Manpreet. Now, how can I test this? Now, in order to test this, I need to pass a ID to this. I need to pass ID. Then only my details will be captured. Otherwise, my details will not be captured. So in order to test this, in order to testing this, open email template to be get tested. Click on the send test and verify merge field button. Now go to the related to record. Related to record. You have an option related to record in the pick list. Choose the object name account and then choose the click on the lookup icon. In the lookup icon, choose whatever the record that you wanted to use it and send email preview to. Enter the email address in the text box. Click on the OK button. Click on OK button. Now, basically, in this case, the only difference is you need to go with the related record and you need to choose the object and you need to choose the record. You need to choose the record. So compared to the previous testing right now, these three steps are different. These three steps are different. So in this time, you need to click on the related to record, object name account, and choose the particular account. Choose the particular account. Now let's go ahead and see the testing. Now click on a send test and verify merge field. Now here related record. Now related record has to be account and choose the account details. So I'll click on here Manpreet and send email. Send email to preview. Click on OK. Now observe this. Here it is showing all the merge fields. All the merge fields. But as soon as I click on OK, as soon as I click on OK, see here, it has changed. From the merge field, it has changed to the Dear Manpreet. Thanks for showing the interest. Customer ID is this. Customer name is Manpreet. Annual revenue is this one. And who is the user that sent this email? April batch, you send the email, right? So this is how you will be seeing the information. Even template also will be reflected with the, as soon as you test it, it will be reflected with the information. Now let's go to the sales Gmail and let me open here. Look save. Now here is a Dear Manpreet. Thanks for showing interest. And this is the customer ID, Manpreet, and the annual revenue. And here is the user. Here is the user. Right click on edit comma. So this is how merge fields are auto captured. If I choose a different record, it will be the different record. Let's go ahead and choose the different record. Click on save. Let me take another record. What else we have? Infosys company, or let's say a few other, let's say Infosys. Now details, annual revenue. Click on save. Now let me give the Infosys here. Send test to verify the merge field. It will open up this related to the record account and click on this lookup icon. Now you need Infosys. There are two Infosys are there. Two Infosys are there. Let me choose. I don't know which one, but I'll just choose it here. Click on OK. Right, so it says that dear Infosys, this is the customer ID, this is the customer name, and this is the annual revenue. This is the annual revenue. So that's how, based on the record, the value of the field will be changed. So the content is same, but some fields details, it has to be changed based on the record. In that case, we use the merge field. In that case, we use the merge field. Now let's go ahead and click on edit button here. Now it says here, let me copy this. Now annual revenue, I do not have. In case if I do not have an annual revenue. In case if I do not have an annual revenue, what should I can do? What should I can do? Now here annual revenue is not there. Now whenever I do not have an annual revenue, I'll say null value and then annual value here. If it is a null, now I'll say here no annual revenue. No annual revenue. Right, so let's click on this save. Let's test this. Here I have said null value account dot annual revenue. Click on your send test and verify merge fields. Now let me choose here. Let's take Dell and click on OK. See here, whenever it does not have an annual revenue, it is displaying the no annual revenue. Now just for a confirmation, I'll go to this ID. Let's paste this ID here. Now this is the Dell. No, I do not have an annual revenue. In case if I have an annual revenue, it will display some annual revenue. Now, right now I have added the annual revenue. Click on a send test and account is, let's take a Dell. Click on OK. Now it is displaying the value. So that is an alternate. Basically, that is an alternate. Whenever you do not have a value, if you want to display some text there, if you want to display some text, then you can use that. If there is in case if there is a value, then it will display the value. If there is a no value, it will display some text, alternate text it will display. Any questions on the merge fields?
When you click on send test and merge verify fields, like there is an option of a recipient record, like what was the use of it?
Which one?
Recipient record.
Recipient record, whom you wanted to send it, the to address. So here, instead of specifying here, send email preview to. So if you want to send a specific contact or a specific lead or specific user, if you wanted to send it, then you can choose the recipient to address.
Okay, instead of this dynamic email.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, so let's move on. Now, before this, we have a homework. Okay, so homework is not there here. Let me give you the homework. So for the merge field, create a or a configure. This is the homework. Configure an email template to notify the customer upon creating the lead. So whenever the lead is created, notify the customer and also embed lead information in the email template. Lead information in the email template. Now for this email subject, you need to add here lead name. What are the lead name is the lead name created on. You need to specify the date. This is the email subject. And email content. Email content is dear lead owner. Whatever the owner is there, that owner. And the lead name has been created on, specify the date here. This is a created date. In our database. Please review the lead before 24 hours. And this is a system generated email. Please do not reply. Please do not reply. And then finally, you have a thank you message. Thank you. Here you add a user first name, user last name, sales team, and let's say that this is a Wipro. Right, so this is the assignment. This is the assignment. Please take a notes. Is it done? Okay. Now let's talk about the few limitations. Limitations of email template. So email template limitations. Now here, the size limit for an email is 35 MB. 35 MB that including like whatever the text you write it, the text, or if you have any headers, you go for a headers, attachment, if you have any attachment, and what are the content you are writing inside the body, the content details, including everything, whatever encoded, decoded, everything, whatever it contains, everything it includes 35 MB. The limit for an email is 35 MB. Now here, per file, so there is a per file attachment limit is limit of 25 MB. Limit of 25 MB. Now, sometimes you will see an error in the trial org or a developer org after the 10 files are attached. Now, sometimes you see that after the 10 files, now you attach the 10 files and you send an email, 10 emails you have sent it by attaching the 10 files. Now, immediately you will see that your limit has exceeded for the email, right? So you will receive an email. So more than 10 files can be attached when sending an email, but the total file size cannot exceed the 25 MB. Now it's up to you how much you wanted to add a files, you can add it. But whether you are doing the 10 different files, 10 different files in the same email, or a 10 files in the different email, whatever you do it. So you can attach even more than 10 files also can be attached when sending an email, but the total file size should not be exceeded to 25 MB. 25 MB is hard coded there. Hard code limit. Salesforce does not allow you more than 25 MB. So that is in the classic. Even in the lightning also, you can add up to the 10 file attachment. Now, whenever you are sending an email, you can attach the file, but there also you have a file size cannot be exceeded to 25 MB. Whether it is a classic or a lightning, it is hard ended there 25 MB. You cannot go more than 25 MB. Now, sometimes you see an email saying that your emails limits are exceeded. Now check your email limits, how many emails you have sent it. So in that case, what you have to do is in the trial or in the developer or you need to delete whatever the existing emails are there. You need to delete the existing emails, then you have to try. You have to try for that. Now, few other email limitations are like in the free org or in the trial org, you can create up to 500 email templates. You can create up to 500 email templates. This is in the trial org or a developer org or a free org. Whatever the free org you are using it, in that maximum you can go for a 500 email templates, not more than that. Now, whenever if you go more than that, you will see this kind of a email, unknown exception, email template limit exceeded, or similar kind of error message you will receive it because you have already crossed the limitations in the free org. So the default limit is 500 in the free org. But if you want any support to increase this email what are the limit is that if you want to increase in the pre-org. So just raise a ticket to the support, but before raising the ticket to the support, just cross verify what are the documentation says in the managing email templates. What is the documentation says in the managing email templates? So the documentation is whenever you go for an email template, there you will see there is one hyperlink managing email templates. So based on the managing email templates, so I'll ping you those email templates documentation in the chat. So what are the email template documentation says that you need to follow, before raising to that. But you can always request a Salesforce increasing this to the 500 to the more in the free org. But when it comes to the unlimited real time, there is no limitation. In the real time, there is no limitations on the email template creation. There is no limitation on the email template creation, but the length of the email content should be maximum 32,000 characters. Maximum 32,000 characters. The content that you can add inside the email template is 32,000 characters. So sometimes what you do is you copy some content from the different or from the Google to the email template. When you copy the content from the Google to email template, what will happen is along with the text, it will take the hidden images. Also, it will copy it. So when you directly paste it into the email template, you will receive some kind of an error saying that you have already exceeded the character limit. You have already exceeded the character limit. So the character limit is 32,000. 32,000 is the character limit. So these are the couple of email template limitations. In the real time, we do not have anything like a 500 email template, it says in the developer org, but in the real time, we do not have any template, any standard or hard rule to create only 500 email templates. No, you can create it more than 500 email templates in the real time. But there is a limit on the character, how much characters you are entering in the each email template. So there is a limit for that. Clear? Any questions? So let's move on. Next one is a letterhead. Next one is a letterhead. So this letterhead is, while creating the letterhead, we have to follow the 3 steps. First of all, what is this letterhead? Now, if you go to any organization, you take any organization, whenever you receive an email from that organization, for example, I'm receiving an email from the ICICI Bank. When you receive an email from the ICICI Bank, how do you know that this is received from the ICICI Bank or a different bank? Or some random person has sent some email, how do you know that? How you will identify? Or sometimes you receive an email from Axis Bank, right? So how do you know that whether it is coming from the Axis Bank or not? You will not know that, right? Or sometimes when you receive an offer letter, when you receive it, it has to be on the standard branding paper. It has to be on the standard branding paper. Otherwise, if you are going next after 2 years, if you are switching the company, right? If you are going for another interview after 2 years, how the HR will know that this offer letter is truly from that company, right? How they can confirm it, right? So apart from the signature, how they will know that? So there has to be some branding format should be there, right? So sometimes whenever you are writing the letter, right? So if you are writing the letter on normal paper, they will not accept it. If you are writing the letter on the branded paper where it has some header and some footer. Now, for example, land papers. Like if you are selling a land paper, right? If you are sending a land paper, if you have a land paper with a normal paper, now will anybody accept it? Will government will accept it? They will not accept because it's not on the branded paper. It's not on the branded paper. So everything should have a header and footer. Header and footer. It has to represent the company, it has to represent the government, it has to represent the company, it has to represent the bank, right? So whenever we are writing the information on the paper, that paper itself has to represent that on which paper I'm writing the information. Whether am I writing the government paper, am I writing on the company paper, am I writing on the bank paper? It has to represent the information. So that's the reason every email, whenever you receive an email from anybody, whether it is Axis Bank or a Yamaha or any automobile industry, healthcare industry, from any industry, if you receive any email, it should have a certain header and certain footer. It should have a certain header and certain footer should be there. If you are receiving an email from the Dreamforce, if you are receiving an email from the Dreamforce, how you will identify whether this is from actually is it from the Dreamforce or not? How do you know that? Because if the email says that header and footer, if the email says header and footer, if the header says no, this is from the Salesforce, it says from the Salesforce, and here it will be written as a Dreamforce. Right, like this, some header will be there. Similarly, you have a at the bottom, some information will be there. So at the bottom, like a Salesforce company, and you will have an address of the Salesforce company and the phone number details. You will have this information at the bottom, and you will have in the bottom, and also you have a copyright, something like a copyright copy, and some information will be there. Now you go to any kind of a email, right? So either at least some footer or some header will be there. If not even footer, header should be there. Header should be there. If footer, sometimes it is mandatory, sometimes it is not mandatory. It's up to them, up to the company and the government. But header and footer has to be there. So whenever we have a header, this is a header, and this is a footer. This is a footer. So whenever we have a header and footer, what is this called? It's not a normal page. It's not a normal page. It's basically, it is called as a letterhead. It is called letterhead. This everything is called as a letterhead. This is called letterhead. Letterhead will be having the header and footer. Header and footer. Now, let's go to let me search something. Now, in the Google, let's say here, I'll say here, Axis Bank letterhead. Axis Bank letterhead. Now, images. Now, you have a something header, footer is there, like here it is a header is there, right? You have some kind of a header here. It says that Axis Bank, right? Some kind of a footer, which is their company details, right? Similarly, now if you go to the another image has a footer. This has a footer here. Now this is a footer. Now like that, you have a header and footer information is there. Some banners will have a directly footer. Some banners will have a directly footer. There won't be any header, right? So these information. Similarly, if I go for a Salesforce letterhead, Salesforce letterhead. Salesforce letterhead will have some kind of a images like this, it will be there. And if it is a trial head, in the trial head also you have. Now when I say Salesforce trial head, it is giving me the use case of the trial heads. It is not giving me the template. So that's the Access Bank, and then we have a Dreamforce letterhead. So Dreamforce, whenever you receive an email from the Dreamforce, you will have some kind of an image which shows on the top, right? Which shows on the top. Similarly, if you have some automobile industry, like for example, Yamaha letterhead, like this is the banner that they have, right? This is the banner that they have, and this is the footer. This is the footer that they have. So some kind of a banner and some kind of a footer will be there. So this is how every paper will have some kind of a footer and header and a footer. So whatever I print on this or whatever I write on this, it is a valid and it works in everywhere. This kind of a branding paper, if I go with this branding paper, it can be, I can go anywhere. I can go anywhere. Right? Because this represents the company branding. It represents the company branding. Now, in case if you want to go with the, like that, you wanted to go with letterhead, you wanted to implement a letterhead in the Salesforce, and then you have to follow the 3 steps. Step 1, get the required images from the client or a Google images and store them into the local drive. First, download the images, whatever you want. You need to download the header image, you need to download the footer image. And step 2 is upload the images in the document object. We have a document object that can be seen in the Classic, not in the Lightning. Now, document object, what you need to do is, there are some steps in the step 2, add the document tab and the tab bar. If you are not able to see the document, then click on the documents, click on a new button, then you need to upload those files from the local system to the document object. Once you upload it, click on a save button. And step 3 is create the letterhead by placing both the images header and footer. This is what we have to do it. Now this part we will do tomorrow. This part we will do tomorrow. So today, now we'll download header and footer images, and tomorrow we will upload the document. So I already have a header and footer images of the Axis Bank. So we will start tomorrow from the step 2. Step 2, how can we go ahead and create a letterhead? How to add merge fields? What is the steps to add a merge field? In the email template, how can I add a merge field?
We have to select from the option.
Okay, what are things I need to do in order to add the merge field? In the template, you need to choose the object, then you need to choose the field. And as soon as you choose the field, the merge field will be created automatically. And that will be curly braces exclamation, object name dot field name. Right, so that's how we will be adding it. So you need to choose the object in the email template. First, you need to select the object, which object field you wanted to add it. Then you need to choose the field. Then what will happen automatically? It will create the curly braces exclamation. Then it will take the object name dot field name. What are the field is there? That field name. Field API name. Now, in case if I do not have a value in the field API name, how can I build that? In case if I do not have the field value, how can I display the alternate text?
Null value.
Null value, where we will be adding the null value. Before the curly brace or after the curly brace, before the exclamation, after this.
After the curly brace, before the exclamation.
After the curly brace, here null value. or before the exclamation or after the exclamation?
After the exclamation.
It has to be after curly braces, exclamation, then you need to say null value, then specify here object and the field, then you need to add a text. You need to add an object and then comma, whatever the alternate text is there, you need to add the alternate text. Right? So this is how you will be adding the information. So that's all for today. Trial head, I'll ping you the trial head. Thank you.